already talked to a company which helps start brands to make a franchise, but they have at least 1 year of coaching, which is basically with monthly fee and doesn't guarantee any outcome. So how can I start and not get into debt without getting anything out of it?
I think initially my kind of thought is that like anything worthwhile, or that's going to be exceptional is going to come with risk, right? It's not going to be
Sure.
without risk, and you're going to have to make a bet. You might have to, raise some capital to do it. I mean, so I don't know the rules and regulations in Germany, but I'll just use, here in the US as an example. There's a government, regulatory body that makes sure you have to have what's called an FDD. I'm sure Germany has something similar where you have to be a registered franchise brand. And there are companies that will help you draft those legal documents, structure them the right way, et cetera. And so I highly recommend doing that. It's going to be expensive here in the United States to franchise a business. You need at least a few $100,000 to do it the right way, I think. And in some cases, people will raise $1 million from investors to really do it right, where they're building out their team, they're making sure that their support systems are in place before they just start selling a bunch of locations. And now they're out of the gate struggling a little bit to try to adequately support and help their franchisees. And you start off on the wrong foot when you really need those first few to perform really well. So my advice would be to try to talk to a few others in Germany that have franchised before and have had success doing it. Learn from them. What have they done exactly? Did they raise outside capital? Who did they use as their attorney? Did they build a bunch of corporate locations first and then franchise, or did they have just one and then they franchise? I would really figure out who are the main kind of franchisor players that maybe they're not like the McDonald's level size, but they're a year or two ahead of you. Those are the most helpful people because they were just in the spot that you were in not that long ago. And they're going to have the most readily, immediate, useful help as far as intros, advice on how to navigate it, in Germany. Typically, we'll see brands grow in one of two ways. They either have one location and then they raise a bunch of outside money and they start franchising like crazy. That is a path. Dave's Hot Chicken did it here. Crumble Cookies, I think, only had 2 locations before they started franchising. And so there are exceptions, but that I would say is not the norm. Most brands do this very thoughtfully and slowly and methodically. They open a second location, then they open a third, then they open a fourth. And it's not till they get to 5 to 10 plus cities or territories that they're in that they begin franchising. They really perfect it across 3 to 5 corporate locations first, because now there's a track record. It's easier to raise some money. It's easier to sell those first franchise locations because there's proof of concept that's not just that one location. So my advice to you would be, again, surround yourself with the people in Germany that have done it a year or two ahead of you, and you'll find them on LinkedIn. You'll find your way to them. And then if you only have one location open now, I would really try to get to a second or a third before you think of franchising, because you will spend a lot of money. There's a lot of risk involved, and having a second, third, fourth location open will de-risk it for you and improve the concept out further for you.
You want the same opportunity that all these members are getting on this call, where they are able to ask their questions directly to millionaires and billionaires, these 8, 9, and 10-figure entrepreneurs that I interview. Well, I want to give you that exact same access that you're watching right now in this video. All you have to do is go down and click the link in the description of this video to join the School of Mentors.